Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reading. We will be doing a shamanic healing oracle card reading. This is the pocket size deck. There are 44 cards. I also have the bigger one. It is about the size of this, right? So that's the difference between like the bigger size deck and the smaller size deck. But the smaller ones are really nice because you can see the difference. There's a big difference in the size. But the smaller size deck is really nice because let me fix the camera a little bit because you can easily take it with you. You can throw it in a pocketbook. You can easily put it in a bag. You can throw it in your purse. Um, it's really nice to take with you. So we are going to do a three card reading, and then we're also going to do a three pile reading. Okay, where you pick a pile. So let's do this one first. Okay, so let's take a look at our reading. So we have self love and ancient wisdom and movement into balance, movement into balance. Okay, so let's take a look. What I can see from looking at the cards is you are you are working on, and the universe is working with you on cleansing. Okay, and water and sun cleanse, right? The sun brings in like what they call light codes. Okay, it provides vitamins and nutrients and things like that. And the water is a cleansing. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of cleansing going on around you right now within you. You might even be feeling pulled to cleanse your energy, to give yourself more self-love by simply saying no to certain things that you might have said yes to before. The moon is kind of like the moon frequency is that's basically it. It's a frequency. The moon puts off a frequency, and if you are not in the right frequency, it can cause a large imbalance. But if you are within the right frequencies, the moon frequencies can help your frequencies to align. It can help you to manifest what you need to do. So if you want to let go of things, if you want, there's certain things that you don't want to hold on to anymore, the moon will will put off a frequency that can help you to release those things, right? So that's why people that follow the moon, astronomers and stuff, that's why it's so important with like the full moon energy and things like that. But there is a spiritual connection here too. Like there's a heart with wings. So I feel like there is someone very close to you, but they are in a spiritual form and they are sending you so much love to the point where they're helping you to raise your self-love. I feel like you are a person that always kind of puts yourself number 10 on a list. You know, everybody always seems to be ahead of you, but here's the thing that we have to learn. There should never be a list. You know, there should never be this person comes first and this person comes first. That is not balanced energy. We all should be seen as equal across the board. Um, we should honor each other's needs, but we should also honor ourselves. We should never feel that we have to put ourselves anywhere on a list and put somebody else before us. I mean, it's a different story if you have kids and stuff like that, because of course you're going to put your kids before you and things like that. But what I'm saying is energetically, we should love each other equally, and we should never lower our own self-love and put ourselves way down on the list, because when we do that, we neglect our own important, essential needs. Okay, there are needs that we need as an individual, and when we don't allow that time for our own needs, um, then that's when we lack the self love, and that's when other things can take place and happen. So, this card is offering a lot of support for you right now. There's a lot of creators support coming in, the universe support coming in, but there's also a lot of spiritual support coming in. I definitely feel that there's a loved one that has passed, but they're still present. They're still doing the spiritual work on their side to help you. And that person definitely comes in a lot as like a protector or like a guidance or like a comforter kind of feeling. So ancient wisdom. Okay, so this, when I look at this, yeah, I don't, I you could, it kind of looks like trees, yes, but when I first looked at it, the first thing I thought of was DNA, like the stuff that's in our blood, that's that they um, don't always acknowledge or don't always realize the importance of. But when I first looked at this, the first thing I thought of was genetics, like ancient wisdom. It is within us, and it can be sleeping, it can be dormant because of our lifestyles, but we are no different than the bird that builds the nest. A lot of times the bird leaves the nest after it's able to fly, right? It doesn't stay a lot of the times, not, I mean, some birds do, but the majority of birds, when they're able to fly, they leave the nest, right? So they're not taught by their mother and father. They're not taught how to make a nest. They leave and they go out and they do their thing, and then whenever it's time for them to breed, they, make their nest. It is just something that is within. It is programmed within them to know. It's instinctively there. So I feel like the ancient wisdom, that's what this card is saying. This card is saying that there are ancient wisdom within you, within your DNA, within your own knowing. And it is like the the um the as within, so without kind of energy. So the more you go inward, the more you experience, the more you awaken, the more you learn. The Anytime you learn something physical, it's going to trigger something spiritual. And so it's really important right now to pay attention to what you're called to when it comes to your spiritual work, your beliefs, your own intuition, things like that, because you are tapping into ancient wisdom that goes way, way back. And I feel like that's really important. That's one of the reasons why you are here during this lifetime, is because you are meant to be here, because there's something ancient within you that is needed, right? Needed for the earth right now. As you pay attention to yourself, as you give yourself self-love, as you work on ancient wisdom within you and understanding it. And this can also be pertaining to truth too. There's a lot of untruths about history and things that happen and things like that. And there's a lot that's coming out that was covered up many, many years ago and things like that. And that changes that changes things as well, because ancient wisdom was not passed down from generation to generation in a lot of ways like it should have been. A lot of times it was passed down in secrecy, or it was taught in basements, a cellar, what they called cellars. It was taught in the darkness, and it was taught behind closed doors. It wasn't always passed down in a um, welcoming, honoring manner, because it was considered dangerous to do. So a lot of people may have chosen not to do that because they feared the outcome of those consequences of doing the ancient wisdom that their ancestors, great grandfathers, great great aunts and uncles, stuff like that did. So there's a lot of like sleeping ancient wisdom in there. But I feel that as you move more and more into self love and into understanding, standing things and awakening things within you, you will come into a greater balance with the earth, with yourself. Um, this symbol, this sacred symbol, is as above, so below, but at the same time, there is a middle. There's a middle ground here. So the um, you have the sky realm, right? Air, wind, okay, and then you've got like the water, emotions, um, memory, and then you've got this like in between. This is like the string that attaches the two, right? So this is the part where you are like you are here. This is your like physical body, and as you tap into ancient wisdom, you pull from these areas, or you're transforming, and everything kind of blends together. Everything comes together in this situation because it all works as one. It's the same phrase, as above, so below, as within, so without. So it takes all of these, to work together. It takes the spiritual with the physical, with the uh, historical kind of like, knowledge. All of that works together. And so if there was a lack of time where the knowledge had been stopped or not passed down, or it's still there, it's still within the bloodline. And as you work on yourself, and as you love yourself, and as you seek the truth on things, then in return, you activate sleeping dormant ancestral knowledge. And as you do that, you will come more and more and more into balance. As you become more into balance, you will see a lot of things start to change in your life. A lot of times when we are unbalanced, we don't realize it, but we are giving our energy away. And society often wants us unbalanced because it benefits from us being unbalanced. So it is really important to come into balance. And as you work on yourself and love yourself, you start to bring up all those other areas that are lacking. And as you do that, you move into balance, and then things harmoniously fall into place for you. All right, so there's our three card reading. So let's take a look. We are going to do a three card pile. So this is what this is like you will pick a card. It's like a pick a card kind of thing. Okay. So I'm just going to put three cards down. Let's see if any of the other cards that we just had come out. And then we're going to pick an overall card. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the cards, and one of the cards might pull to you. One, two, three. All of the cards might pull to some of you. You might feel that they're all three going to pull to you. Some people might feel one and three, one and two. Whatever works for you, that's what you are to go with. But for some people, they might pick card one, and that might be the only one that actually resonates with them. That might be the only one that they actually are connected to or wanting to know. And that would be your one card pull. So it all depends on how you resonate with the energy, with the cards. All right, so looking at this one here, we have slow but steady. So this card is saying that you are getting there. You're getting to where you want to go. You're getting to where you need to be, but it's slow. And maybe slow is on purpose. Maybe the universe needs you to move slow so that everything else aligns. Maybe you need to move slow so that you don't miss anything. You might need to move slow because of everything else that you're doing around you, right? Maybe divine timing is a part of this. So you are on the right path. You are moving. It just might feel a little slower than what you want to go, or maybe you don't feel like you are moving, but you truly are. You're just going at such a slow pace that it might not feel like you're actually getting anywhere. But what is interesting about this card is usually it is slow, and then like all of a sudden the chariot comes in and you start propelling forward at a quicker pace. So just because it's a slow moving card, don't be like, oh, it very well could be slow moving right now because you're meant to kind of take this stage slower, but that doesn't mean that it can't get faster. Okay, so don't take it as a negative card. This one is an eagle, and we are looking at the truth. So the truth shall set you free. The truth will come in and you will see, right? So this is definitely a very um, aligned card with the times that we're in right now. I feel like every time you turn on anything, all you hear is how this person got caught with this, or that person confessed to this, or this person is doing this, or yeah. So I feel like the truth, this is definitely like a time of truth and a time of justice right now. I feel like the energy, the earth itself is just like purging all of this hidden, un um, unsupported energy, and it's not supported. It's not, the energy that's being purged right now. It's good that it's being purged because it doesn't hold a frequency of love. It holds a frequency of deceiving. It holds a frequency of um, pain, sorrow. So it's a lot of it is a very low frequency. So the truth exposes things not to cause problems, but to balance out the scales. You can't have a balanced scale if you have truth that's hidden and you have lies that's being told, that you're going to have this unbalanced. So the truth comes out so that the lies can be seen, and it puts it at this like platform, and then there is no hiding anything because it's exposed, and it is what it is, and then that energy has to release and transform. So this is a big time for the earth to come back into harmony and balance with herself, and as she does, so does everything else. So that is the truth that comes out with everything. The truth will be exposed right now in so many ways, and it is what it is because, again, you can't have the truth not exposed because it creates an imbalance. So, if there is a situation going on with you, expect the truth to come out. You know, maybe you're like, oh, I'm not doing very well, blah, blah, blah. And then it dawns on you that that's because you're too busy over here doing this. So like you might you might notice yourself stepping into your own truth. You might tell yourself, "Oh, I don't like this situation," but then turn around and be like, "Well, then why am I participating in it?" Like, so like this can also represent like an awareness of your own truth as well. So, which is a good thing because you can't, if you're in a situation, sometimes you make excuses or you can't see the situation because you're in it, or you make excuses. So the truth kind of puts that flashlight back at you, um, and it allows you to step into your power and to bring about change. So that's a good thing. If you picked three, you have discernment. So this card is asking you to take time to think about things, take time to look at the bigger picture of things. Don't rush into picking sides. Um, don't don't judge, and don't allow yourself to be fooled. Don't allow yourself to fall into something that it doesn't resonate with you. If something feels off, just trust that something feels off. Just trust that something's off. Um, don't go all in either. Like this I feel like this card is telling you, like, for example, if you join a group, maybe um don't don't expose everything about yourself all at once. Have a little bit discernment. Know, trust spirit, ask spirit, please let me know when it's okay for me to share. Please let me know when it's okay for me to speak. Spirit will let you know. If you work on your connection with your heart and with spirit, it will let you know. You'll know. If you start to say something and it doesn't feel right, that's spirit telling you no, 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 don't share that. Right? So, um I feel like you need to be careful with certain people. I feel like there are some people that might say they are certain ways, but they might not be. So, just yeah, just be careful with this card. Whatever you do, especially if it's business, signing any kind of agreements or contracts, make sure you are very, very comfortable with the situation before you sign or do anything. If something doesn't resonate, when you go to pick up that pen, don't sign anything. Like this is a like a red flag card here, asking you to take a closer look or take a time out and think things through and just be very cautious about um, quickly trusting and believing in things. And I hate to say that because we live in a time where we should be able to trust people, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So just be careful. And our closing card, our overall card is the self love card again. So again, this one here is talking about with all of these readings, the more you know yourself, the better you are on your journey, right? The better you can show up. Look at the rain, how it's the same in both pictures, right? So the more you cleanse yourself, the more you love yourself. Even if you're going slow, maybe you need to go slow because you need to take this time to give yourself the love and care that you need to restore what was broken, what was taken, right? Self-love, truth, okay? So the more you face the truth, the more you can love yourself, the more you can let go, you can forgive. Self love allows us to look at the situation without illusion. Self love allows us to look at the truths of people, places, things, life experiences, and say, okay, this is what it is. Now, how can I um, change this to help me in my highest way, right? So, regardless, you are being asked to love yourself and trust yourself. And then discernment. Self love helps you to have better discernment. It really does. The more you know yourself, the more you love yourself. The more you love yourself for who you are, the better discernment you have. You don't just trust everybody. You don't just go by what everybody tells you to do. And you start to pull back and say, wait a minute, I'm not too sure about this because it doesn't make me feel loved. I'm not too sure about this because it doesn't make me feel balanced, right? So self love gives you the microphone to say, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't feel right doing this. I'm sorry, but it doesn't resonate with me. And it gives you the voice that you need because sometimes when you don't have self love, you don't have a voice. You will often agree to things and you'll be the one that won't speak up, but you'll speak inside of yourself, but you won't speak out. So this really empowers you. This is a card of empowerment. It is a card of cleansing all your emotion, cleansing everything you're holding on to, so that you can really process things and so that you can release things, so that you can have a better understanding of everything around you. Okay. So that is our 3 card power reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, um, and I will see you next reading. Bye.